Hi everybody, I'm Colleen McCrae Katz. Welcome back to my kitchen again. Again, you may see my two little Maltese puppies or hear them at some point during the taping, Cabby and Crystal. They're always in the kitchen with me. When they smell food or hear me in the kitchen, they're right under my feet. I may even step on one, you never know. Today we're going to make Philadelphia stuffed grilled chicken breast. This is one of the easiest things you're going to make, and it is delicious. We're using the Philadelphia cream cheese with sun-dried tomato and basil. This is one of my favorite things. I thought the chive cream cheese was good. This is even better. It's delicious. And we're just going to pound out some chicken breast. Let me get my mallet. Now my mallet has a spiky side and a flat side. Spiky side is great to get it tenderized and to really get it flattened out. Take out your aggressions. So I use the spike side first, but that can get to be a little bit much after a while. But you really want to flatten it out to as thin as you can get it. So then I switch over to the flat side to keep it flattening it. Because we're going to roll these. So in order to get it flat enough to roll, you want to really get it pretty flat, 1/4 of an inch or so. That should do it. Now today you might notice that I'm wearing red, and you also might notice from most of my recipes that I don't use regular salt. And the reason that these two things are connected is that both my grandmother and my mother died of heart disease. So I have a little issue with hypertension that's well controlled, and so I try to avoid salt, or at least heavy doses of salt, and I use seasoning salt. If I use salt at all. Seasoning salt is a blend of spices with a little bit of salt in it, so that I do avoid using straight salt in all of my recipes for that reason, because of heart disease in my family. So that's why you see seasoning salt in my recipes, and today I'm wearing red in honor of my mother and my grandmother. So all you do now is get your Philly cream cheese and get a butter knife. And just spread it on your chicken breasts, nice and evenly. Almost like spreading it on a cracker or a piece of toast. And I like it nice and coated. And I'm also using tomatoes. Now tomatoes this season are quite expensive, because of the rough winter that we had here on the East Coast and even down south. The tomato crops did not come in very well, and they're really pricey. So this is going to be a really sparse use of tomatoes, but they really add a nice flavor. So it's a good way to get your tomatoes to go pretty far in your recipe. When you're spending $4 a pound, as I did, you want them to go as far as you can. But tomatoes are great for heart health as well, because they have lycopene in them. Lycopene is really good for heart. Okay, so I have my seasoning salt here. I just have 1/4 of a teaspoon of seasoning salt. Then I'm just going to take a pinch or so for each chicken breast. Not too much, just a little bit. And then a little bit of cracked black pepper. And we roll them. And to get them on the grill rolled up so they don't unroll, I use shish kebab skewers. Since you can't really use string like you would in the oven, or toothpicks or anything like that on a barbecue grill, I thought, well, how am I going to do this? Hello. How am I going to do this? And I decided to pull out my shish kebab skewers and try it with that. So this is what I did. Okay, so we roll them up, sort of not very elegantly, but enough to hold all the good stuff inside. Put it on a skewer, and I used 2, and so I thought You better hold it together that way. I'll roll this one. And I put all of them on the 2 skewers all together, all on the line. And this way, when you get it on the grill, you just flip them with the skewers. Use some oven mitts. Skewers are going to be hot when they're on the grill, and just flip them. Get this one together. And then once they're on the grill and they start cooking, they actually seal themselves shut. It's pretty interesting. So when they come back up, they're not falling apart. They're actually sealed up. This one's a little skimpy, but we'll get it together. Okay, so now they're all on the line, and you can see, you can pick them up. Pretty cool. And I'm going to flip them so that the meaty side is up. I'm going to wash my hands for a second. And then I'm going to get some of the olive. I'm going to get the olive oil that I always have in a pretty bottle on my counter, because I use olive oil a lot. And drizzle it over them. And then I use a pastry brush just to make sure that they're evenly coated in olive oil, so that when they're on the grill, you can get a nice color to them and they won't stick too badly to the grill. And flip them over again. Do the other side. And I would suggest when you put them on the grill, you put the meat side first. Let the meat side cook first, and then flip them over onto the seam side. I would call it the seam side. And it should only take maybe 20 minutes on the grill, and I would flip them halfway through cooking. So right now we're going to stop, and I'm going to let my griller, my resident griller, take them out and put them on the grill, and I'll show you how they would serve them. See you soon. Hi everybody, we're back from the grill, and as you can see, these came out really beautifully. Woo, that's hot. Okay, they're on the skewers. Let me get one of my oven mitts so I can hold the end of the skewers. What I do is I take some tongs, or sometimes you need a knife to get them off of here, but tongs should do it. Yeah, there we go. And they slide right off and off the skewers pretty easily. And what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to serve it with a nice spinach salad. And I made up some salad dressing with a little bit of Philadelphia cream cheese as well, and some mustard and some olive oil. So we just serve that up, plate that up right there. And I'm just going to take a little taste, because it looks really yummy. I'm going to stand back here so I don't upstage my little creation here. As you can see, it all melts and the tomato cooks, and it's really delicious. Really wonderful. This is great for grilling season, which is just starting up here in the Northeast. And I'm sure that my family's going to be enjoying this summer. So I hope that you try this, because it's really delicious. And thank you for joining me, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.